Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Sayyida Hira Binish, an Erasmus Mundus scholar, and I am from Pakistan. Currently, I am doing an internship in Germany. That is my short introduction. And I had posted a story that I will answer all the scholarship related questions. And here you go. I will just read the questions and then I will try to answer them. The most common question that has been asked by so many people is that is IELTS compulsory for Erasmus Mundus scholarship? So I would like to tell you that Erasmus Mundus has more than one programs that are like sub programs of Erasmus Mundus, and each program of each subject has a different requirement. For example, for agriculture there is one program DAFM, and then there is another program IMSOCLO, and so on. So for each program requirement is different. For some of them IELTS is compulsory, and for some of them IELTS is not compulsory. But just because this scholarship is very highly competitive, so if you have the IELTS test result, then your chances of winning the scholarship are way more higher than the students who don't have an IELTS test. So technically yes, but you can win scholarship without IELTS as well if it is not compulsory. Let me give you a brief introduction about what is Erasmus Mundus. So Erasmus Mundus is a type of master's program. This is just for masters, in which you will be getting paid by European Union for studying, and this master's program is in two or more than two different countries. So for example, in my case, my Erasmus Mundus Masters was in Hungary and Croatia. So my first year was in Hungary and my second year will be in Croatia. But these programs also hold so many events, joint events, summer schools, which may also be in different countries. For example, my summer school was in Croatia. And just like this, and yes, you will be like, how will we travel to different countries? Each and everything, total cost, like 100% cost is covered by European Union. Two most important documents for winning Erasmus Mundus scholarship are motivational letter and your CV, and you have to be very intelligent in designing these two documents. For CV, Europass format is the only format that works in Europe, but you can edit your Europass CV in Word. Also, for your motivational letter, you have to do so much deep research. It has to be good enough to impress the reader and to impress the selection committee. And these two, but after these two, the recommendation letter also plays a very important role, and then of course IELTS test and your achievements. One more thing, that the money they pay is like more than enough for European life. Even you can save and you can send money back home and everything. But it also depends upon which country you are studying in or which country you are living in. If you are living in Netherlands, then of course it will be very expensive. But if you are living in a country like Slovakia, not Austria, but like Hungary, then the cost will be very less as compared to your scholarship amount. So this way you get paid for studying basically, and this is how you can just enjoy a very multicultural life. How a multicultural life? Because the students in the class are selected from different countries. In each Erasmus program, from each country, maximum 2 or 3 students get the scholarship. So basically you will have to beat all the students in the same field from your country to get a seat in Erasmus Mundus scholarship. In my class in Hungary, we were 14 class fellows, and all of them were from different countries, and from Pakistan we were total 3, out of which 2 of them were fully funded scholars and 1 of them was like half funded, partially funded. This is one question, that when to start applying. Of course you will have to find your relevant programs first, then you can check like, can you apply in this specific program or not. In addition to Erasmus also, that you can check all the scholarships list, you can see if you can apply in that one or not, and then you will have to check deadline for each of them. But mostly scholarships open in September, which is like now, and they will be closed by January. All of them will be closed by January. One more thing is that for when you win Erasmus Mundus scholarship, you don't have to show any bank statement, you do not need any extra money. When you come to Europe, you just bring some money for your like first 2 months, and after that you will have your scholarship for even those 2 months, and that will be more than enough. So basically you just have to borrow some money for the starting 2 months from some of your friends, and then you can return that. And one more thing about Erasmus Mundus is that you easily get visa appointment even if it is Italy or like any other difficult country, because European Union is funding your scholarship, right? So you do not need any bank statement for that, and you also get the visa appointment, which is like a very lucky thing. And one last thing about Erasmus Mundus or like any other scholarship in Europe is that you, if your first university or like main university is in Schengen countries, then you get Schengen visa. And when you have Schengen visa, you can travel to all the countries of Europe that lie in the Schengen region, which means that you do not have to apply visa for each country, and all these countries have borders attached with each other, and you can travel to different countries by bus. So just like people are traveling to Lahore from Faisalabad, we can travel from Germany to Netherlands, Amsterdam, and then we can come back. It's like that. So basically Erasmus Mundus gives you wings. This is my very first video, that is why I'm making a very introductory. I have all the questions saved. I cannot even film this type of videos, but I will try to post more and more about scholarship. I have all those questions. I will make videos on CV, motivational letter, recommendation letter, tricks and tips for cracking the interview and for impressing the selection committee. So follow for more, subscribe my YouTube channel. Bye.